find billions of dollars worth of coke in our house. Billions of dollars. Now gonna come in like wow now in a Jamaica. Believe you me, man. Gun here, gun there, gun almost everywhere. Gun and coke. Gun and coke. I reach Jamaica now. I will know say I don't know little fenke people. Especially the coke move.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, greetings. I hope you all are doing good. Hope you all are doing great. So your boy here come across this one wherein the main headline is too much gun and drugs in a Jamaica, yeah. So my people, Mutabaruka will be explaining a lot in this one. So you wanna stay tuned and don't forget I'm here on the Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you're new. With that being said, let's go ahead and hear what Mutabaruka got to say in this one. My people, let's walk.
Now gonna come in like wow now in a Jamaica. Believe you me, man. Gun here, gun there, gun almost everywhere. Gun and coke. Gun and coke. I reach Jamaica now. I will know say I don't know little fenke people. Especially the coke move. Man find billions of dollars worth of coke in our house. Billions of dollars. Now the gun thing is a problem. The gun thing is I think it's bigger than the coke because at least the people them have the coke here, so I ship them, I go ship it go somewhere else. False start. Good day. This is the stepping razor. May I tell you, science and technology. Sometimes the technology get off serious thing, but to the online again, I will give thanks. Yes. As we have said, sometimes technical difficulties reach you, and you have to really figure it out. You understand? So we're glad we figure it out. This is the stepping razor, the art of war. We're there with you. And next Thursday, hot. Yes, sun a boil outside. Believe you me, it a boil. And we inside, so it's cold. Yes. Give thanks to science and technology with air condition. Okay, so we have the journey till 5:45. And as you know, we are going to just go through the pieces and things. And as we have said, we give thanks that we could have solved that mystery. Because it's really a mystery. You know them really. Okay, so I kind of lose track. Bear with me a little bit, child. Let me catch up back my breath. Bear with me. We just want to say a little thing here before the next ad them. You know, we want to heal up a brother named Frank who passed away. You know, Frank was a member of the group named Wadada. Yes, he passed away. And them are going to have what you call a 9-night Rona, where them call a road, Grafton Road, near Grafton Road, so. This Saturday, them are going to have a 9-night. So all the ones them who know that bridge in there, you know, them used to do a house of dread and country farm house, you understand? Well, as we have said, the bridge in pass away. I was sure them to, you know, I think the other one, they are Canada, and they have Dipstick. I don't know why I'm not change their name there. Dipstick. I ever change their name, the brethren. I kind of name that, Dipstick. Anyway, Dipstick, the brethren they are Canada, I don't remember his name, and Frank. Well, Frank is the one who passed away. And we are say, you know, yes, things happen, and we have to just deal with it. And as we are say, there will be a 9-night this Saturday around a Grafton Road there. All right, so we'll go to the break. Yes, they are upon cutting it. Stepping razor, sorry, see it? Still disoriented, anyway. All right, so two little things where, well, it's more than two little things, but we just have mentioned them two, you have to know. We see the scientists, them, I say, them making a pill that can reverse aging. Yes, they're making a pill now that it can make you, prevent you from look old. The aging process can go down or maybe stop, as Khan told them, I say. So we have to see how long that will take to really depend on the market. Yeah, because you know some people, the old age thing and them no work out, you understand? And then now we say the Prime Minister of Canada, Trudeau, him tell the Canadian to brace for another virus, a new virus. I don't know how these things work out that way. Like a man will tell the citizens, say, watch out, a new virus are coming on, watch it. That means them have a virus, so I think they will have one named Disease X, where it's not only him that talk about it still. At least him not call it Disease X, but there's an article that them say the next virus is Disease X. Now him, the Prime Minister of Canada, say, brace for a new virus. He might tell the Canadian them that, he might tell the whole world, he might tell the Canadian them. So him know something. Him know something. It's like our Minister of National Security, they did tell you, say, according to him intelligence, him knows say 200 gonna come to the island every month. Well, we never see no, we never see no reason for believe him, because all 6 months them not get 200 gun. Now gonna come in like wow now in Jamaica. Believe you me, man. Gun here, gun there, gun almost everywhere. Gun and coke. Gun and coke. I reach Jamaica now. I will know say I don't know little fenke people, especially the coke move. Man find billions of dollars worth of coke rasta in our house. Billions of dollars. Now the gun thing is a problem. The gun thing is I think it's bigger than the coke, because at least the people them who have the coke, so I ship them, I go ship it go somewhere else. Even though them go to ease off some honey and just flood the market down here, so. But the gun, we see the way the gun are do to the Jamaican society and the man them who have it. So when them talk about virus, we now have our virus. Our virus is some little youth on the road. We find themselves with these guns, and it's creating havoc in the system, in the society. We don't know what will happen. And as we hear this Prime Minister say, well, the Prime Minister of Canada say, he might tell the Canadian them to brace for the virus. Hey, if a virus is in Canada, it will reach us all. Simple. If a virus is in Canada, it will go to America. And our link with Canada and America is like, you can't, it's like a soldering, like a solder wire per wire. Solder it and then clamp it down. So we don't know it that way. That's why we are saying these people I don't know if them don't understand, or if them just live for the moment. These government people who deal with the same thing. You cannot have an economy that the basis of the economy in relationship to how it develop money-wise is tourism. You cannot do that. And you can see what it happened during the COVID time. During the COVID time, tourism get locked down. People lose them job and all these things. Because we keep depending on service to really build up our economy. And our people is more than just servicing people. Them service things that come from slavery days. It's just that now they make it more refined. Give a little money and you feel so glad that you can go home with a little money if you go do this and do that. But it's still in the realms of, are we progressing? Because most of the tourist money don't stay at Jamaica. Most of our people book them hotel, book them plane ticket and everything from foreign. using credit card, and maybe drugstore. So when we are talking about economy this and economy that, we feel good for no say, yeah, the economy a boost up. But what is the long-term plan? What is the long-term plan? When we hear civil war in a certain country, and there's a possibility that we could have civil war in Jamaica too. When we hear about flood, hurricane, look, we're going to St. Elizabeth now, down in a Treasure Beach and all them places, where tourists love tourists because them not reach down a Treasure Beach yet to spoil it up. And you can still walk on the beach in a Treasure Beach. You have pathway to go to the beach where nobody now will stop you from walk for go beach. I don't know if no other place in Jamaica right now where you can do that freely. But we cannot keep depending on tourism because any little thing happen, whether the act of nature or man start to go on bad in our country, the tourist industry get cramped. The tourist, we have things that is indigenous to Jamaica that we can't live off of. We can't live off of certain things that's so by exporting it. Look at Trinidad. When you go in a supermarket, most of the things them that when you look on the water, take for instance water. How the hell we import so much water from Trinidad? Coconut oil. Coconut oil. How the hell we import so much coconut oil from Trinidad? What is it? Rice I come from Guyana. When we can plant rice or so. Anyway, we're going to take a news break and come forward. This is the Stepping Razor.
Good afternoon. I am Patrice Walters with the local and international headlines. The Hanover police seized 2 kilograms of cocaine during an operation on Wharf Road in Orange Bay on Tuesday. Reports are that about midday, lawmen were in the area when an abandoned building was searched. A plastic barrel at the premises was also searched, and 2 transparent packages containing the cocaine were seen inside. The illicit drug, which has an estimated street value of $3 million, was seized. No one was arrested. 2 alleged robbers who were captured by the police on Old Hope Road in St. Andrew last Friday have been charged. They are mechanics 22-year-old Alex Bailey of Graspole Avenue and the 19-year-old O'Shane Wood of Lacuse Road, both in Kingston. They have been charged with robbery with aggravation. Reports are that on August 16, a man was riding a bicycle along Old Hope Road when Bailey and Wood, who were traveling on a motorcycle, pounced on him. Wood, who was the pillion rider, reportedly used a knife to relieve the man of his properties. An alarm was raised, and Bailey and Wood were intercepted by the police as they attempted to escape. They were charged on Monday. Their court date is being arranged. In news overseas, United States border agents intercepted a truck carrying more than $5 million worth of meth at the U.S.-Mexico border. The drug was hidden inside a shipment of watermelons. It was wrapped in plastic, painted in 2 shades of green to resemble the fruit, and placed among real watermelons. More than 2 tons of meth in a total of 1,220 packages were seized by officers. Stashing drugs among produce is a common way to smuggle illicit substances across the border. Banana shipments are the most popular, but officers have recently found narcotics in cheese and avocado.
Yes, we there with you upon the Stepping Razor. A pure thunder and lightning outside. Pure thunder and lightning. Me I tell you, I don't know where going in your area. But last week or week before, an earthquake shake, and me I tell you, say, people that talk about the one before that, more than how them talk about the one we just gone. But you see, the one we just gone, it's terrible than the one before. Believe you me. So we'll start out the program and talk about this service economy where them are developed in Jamaica. And I say, you see, like how we in some climate changing, And the hurricane them I get vicious and the place I get hotter. And earthquake, not in diverse places again. Flooding and all them something there. We cannot depend continuously on tourism to help the people them in Jamaica to live a better life. We know that a whole heap of people is now being helped because them get a work. We go service people in a hotel. But we have the COVID. We have the COVID experience as a marker. For sure, say, if we continue, and we have to do it fast too, if we continue to depend on tourism to advance Jamaica economically, it's going to be a serious problem. Because if a prime minister in Canada, I warn the people about the next new virus. And if we say hurricane that come like wow all over, St. Elizabeth, feel it. And that is because it go up on the south. What I'm doing when one of the hurricane them comes straight over Jamaica, like how them go over Cuba. Why them people don't have no far eye? Them need some far eye. Them need some far eye because it is going to be seriously dangerous when the tourists them ease up off of Jamaica. Because I hear them all that, I tell you, them have advisory are gone out, them have about, I must say, couple dozen country where them advise the people them not to go to. Not only 5 nor or 4, but several countries, both in Asia and in the Caribbean, South America, them advise them citizens not to go there. When it reaches a stage where, just like how we now get no plant here now, just like how the whole of the pier them blow off of the tree them, where we will get food from to develop the Jamaican people. Why is it that we are dependent on Trinidad? The amount of money where we use to import things from Trinidad, unbelievable. And Trinidad will be half the size of Jamaica. Trinidad, serious thing. Trinidad have produced like wow. And you can't see it when you're going to the supermarket then, man. You can't see it. We are dependent on how much tourists are come to Jamaica, and I tell people, say, we have the biggest tourist industry this, and we're developing how much hotel on the North Coast, and now they're going to ravage the South Coast and ravage St. Thomas and make the people them feel say the highway was made because of them. People at St. Thomas, you know, so we love you, know. I tell you no, say, I mean, I make no trouble neither, you know. I say, the highway was not meant to help, you know, traverse easier to and fro. It's not only the highway make for. Them plan out the thing long before they make the highway. Them have other things that is going to happen there to facilitate the highway, and that is hotels and apartments. Right now, them have apartments down there for 500,000 US. And that them have built up. Them have built up place like St. Thomas where St. Thomas people can't afford those things. So here we go again with service. We're going to be servants. St. Thomas people are going to turn servant now. And because a whole heap of we are suffer so, when we get a little food in our mouth, or a little money in our pocket, we feel say it's the world. So we no bother move from that. We stuck at that. And that is where them have the people them in. Meanwhile, them same one who has sell out the land to foreigner, will have Jamaican face on it. Yes, that is what them are do. Foreigner buy certain things and build certain things, but you have a little bossy slave in front of the whole project. That people can say, see the Jamaica own this and Jamaican own that. How much are the hotel them, big hotel them on the North Coast, Jamaican own? How much? And where you going there? White people like white people. And who are serve them? Black people like black people. And that is not a problem because it's a black country, you know. But when we look on the money part of it and how it really facilitate economical development. Economical development we work with for the people. For the people. And the people in a tight grip. So when Mother Nature come round again, and when the virus people them start to unleash them virus again, and then these people stay at the yard, and you get lucky in your house again, then you're going to say what me I say. Then you're going to see what me I say. When we can import things like how we used to import it like now, where is the things them that is going to help us to get over these viruses and these idea of tourism? Tourism is a big money earner, maybe the biggest money earner. I don't even know if watch the ganja we will have. Look on ganja. Ganja was supposed to be the gold, Jamaican green gold. We don't hear nothing more about that again. And you hear Kamala, I was saying today, you hear what she say? She going to legalize ganja. You never hear that? The woman said she going to legalize ganja, not decriminalize it, or legalize it. In certain states don't legalize it already. Yet till America did a hold on our ganja for years. Right now you can't do no business with ganja to and fro through the bank them in America. You really know that? If you sell certain people some ganja in America, you can't send the money through the bank, you know. Because when them fellows say ganja money is a problem. Me hear the woman say she going to legal, part of her thing is that when she reach in, she going to legalize ganja. So what to the gold mine where we have with ganja? Where is it? Then I see a whole heap of Canadian that come down here and I do this and I do that. Where the Canadian them they know? Because we did want import ganja. Well, I tell you say, Chaka say the earth will live, you know. How Jamaica want import ganja from Canada? And what is? And who said the thing that we are there? Who said the thing that we are there? And now we're facing medical marijuana. Want to the good old Orange Hill ganja from Westmoreland. And that we're talking about. That supposed to can contribute to the development of the Jamaican people. Them go around the corner and I deal with tourism. It's not that you can't simultaneously deal with both things, but you can't drop one and still hold on the other and say, should that one day go on good now? You say, boy, that one day you want to work with, and you work with it. Like when I hear outside, you know, I pay rain and thunder and lightning and flash out there. Want to when you get away. We're going to take a break and come forward. Yes, we're there with you. So, we hope that we get is on the line here because I'm going to introduce him. So, you must tell me if I'm there on line, you know. I'm there on the line?
I am there on the line.
No, you know. A big thing because I the first time I go to California, I do at the first interview with this man I did the interview with. And we go to him house. And I was taken back with what I see in him house. Unbelievable. I don't want to call him a Marley fanatic still, you know. But I know same name all him son. Half of Bob Marley. Roger Stefan, so you know, man.
You know, Muta, that was about 40 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, man, 40 years ago. Long time.
Yeah, man. Long time. And you've been a supporter for all that time. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for the gift of your support and your friendship for all these decades we've been trying to get this museum together.
I don't remember which one of them places, whether Chicago or somewhere. But we was standing out in a kind of park here and we talk about how you're going to move that museum from one place to the next. And your ambition was to carry to Jamaica. And we see that now you get the right person, I hope, to bring it here. Tell me that journey with all of them things. Because I'm not talking about Bob Marley, but reggae, Jamaican music in general. What inspired you to really start out that way there? To just collect reggae, posters, album jacket, 45, anything we have reggae name on it. What inspired you to do that?
Well, you know, that was in Calgary in Canada that we were going to the museums together.
Oh, they were there.
The Calgary Reggae Fest.
All right, yeah.
Well, okay, this is a broad question, my brother. I have been a public speaker all my life, as well as a music fan of great passion since I was a little kid growing up in New York. On Alan Freed, the guy who coined the term rock and roll. You know, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame out in Cleveland is there because that's where the first rock and roll dance that Alan Freed threw was held. So Freed was a hero of mine. I met him several times. Even told him once I wanted to be Alan Freed when I grew up. And one of the great moments of my life was when I interviewed Little Richard and he called me Alan Freed Roger. So I've always been a kind of amateur historian of the music. I've got every record I ever bought since the 78 Shaboom in 1954. I was a New Jersey State Oratory champion when I was a senior in high school in 1960. And whenever a subject interests me, I keep a file on it. And someday I may write about it, someday I may speak about it. And that's what happened for me in 1973. I mean, I loved the doo-wop music and the harmonies of the 50s, and I loved the political consciousness of rock in the 1960s. And then the major labels bought up all the exciting little labels and turned the music into disco crap. And I was looking for something in 1973 that would reignite my musical imagination and passion. And there was an article that I never tire of quoting by a gonzo journalist from Australia named Michael Thomas in Rolling Stone in the summer of 1973. And he said, reggae music crawls into your bloodstream like some vampire amoeba from the psychic rapids of Upper Niger consciousness. And man, I didn't have any idea what that was, but I wanted to find it immediately. And I went out in Berkeley where I was living, and I bought a used copy of Catch a Fire, the one that opened like the Zippo lighter.
Like the lighter, yeah.
Yeah, man, and I'd never heard music like that in my life, Muta. It just from the first notes of Concrete Jungle forward, and I wanted to find out everything about this guy, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny. And, there was a Jamaican man named Ruel Mills who had a record store in San Francisco on Fillmore Street in 1973 called Trenchtown Records. And he had a great selection of roots, and that's how I really began to learn about the best of Jamaican music. Count Ossie and the Mystic Revelation of Rastafari, and Ross Michael and the Sons of Negus, and the father of reggae music, Joe Higgs, who became a very close friend of mine. And going to Jamaica in '76 for the first time with my pockets full of money that I'd saved for a year to buy records, having my pocket picked and tough gone as I arrived in the middle of a state of emergency. It was a real education, I'll tell you. Being able to be a guest MC at Sunsplash several times in the 1980s and doing my radio show in LA, which became the most popular non-commercial radio show in all of Los Angeles in the 1980s, according to the Nielsen ratings.
Yeah, I remember I was around your radio station and what them name again? Them sing a tune named Soul
KCRW, and you were on when they were still in a little converted junior high school classroom.
Yes,
They just moved into a $38 million station.
Oh yeah?
From that little tiny junior high school.
I think it's Manhattan Transfer, the group name, Manhattan Transfer.
Yeah.
They was there with me during the interview.
The show right before mine.
Yeah. All right, make I ask you a question now. Because people are say, why would a white brother they just take over the music, so take over this and take over that, so? How you said to that? How you answer them to that?
I'm sorry, I had some trouble hearing that question.
No, I'm saying that you have a whole heap of people who will say that, why call a white brother just come down and come just have everything in a reggae and Bob Marley and this and, how we make that happen? I say, boy, I know we make it happen, it just happen, the way there. What you said to them? What you said to them when them say that? Because you must hear that.
Being a white man in the music?
Yeah, and I so involved with it to the point where people get jealous. Because when you have for reggae, is where a whole heap of people don't have a quarter where you have. So,
it does fill 7 rooms of our home, floor to ceiling, and my wife is so happy she's going to get her house back. Yeah, you can imagine. And I wanted to preserve this. During my entire life, whenever I find something that I really love, and that's exciting and uplifting and makes the world better, I want to tell everybody I love about it. And that's what happened right from the very start in 1973. I was calling everybody to come over and listen to this thing called reggae music. Wait till you hear this. And in order to understand what I was listening to, I read voraciously. I subscribed to a lot of music magazines. I went to every show I could possibly see. And the Bay Area in San Francisco at that time was a hotbed of reggae, like Boston and Brooklyn. And they were the early outposts with a lot of very smart people involved in the music, and we helped each other. It was a great communal effort, and that's what I loved about it, too. So, whenever I came across anything about Rasta or Bob Marley or Jamaican history, I cut it out and put it in a file, and
I'll tell the people.
I'm still adding some amazing things in recent weeks have come in. I was given a book that was given to one of the nurses who cared for Bob at Dr. Issel's clinic in Germany at the end of his life. And it is a German translation of a Marley biography autographed by Bob, one of the very last things he said before he passed. So that's going to go into the museum, and that was a gift. What's happening now, it's kind of bittersweet, Muta, because a lot of people like me are getting old. I'm 82. And they're passing away, and they're leaving me their archives with the idea that I want to build a museum in Jamaica to preserve all this and share it with the people to whom it really belongs. So lots of interesting things have been surfacing just in the past few months. And as word gets out that the deal is finally done with Joe Bogdanovich, more and more things are being offered so that Jamaica finally gets its history back.
All right, hold on. Before we come to the selling of the whole thing, all right. You had it in your house. And then we say a portion of it was moved into a boat. And you had that museum in the boat. How long you had it in the boat? In California?
Oh, that was the Queen Mary exhibition. Yeah,
yes.
That was 23 years ago. It was actually going to be on the ship itself, but then Carnival Cruises took over the big exhibition space, and they gave me 2 buildings on the dock to fill floor to ceiling with whatever we could jam into those rooms. But a lot of stuff I wanted to show didn't fit, and now we'll finally have a chance 23 years later to build a place to fit everything. And then some, because we're also going to design a traveling exhibition concurrent with the permanent exhibition for Mobe. And I got some interesting news today. You know, we've been trying for 6 years to get the land in St. Catharines next to the venue where Joe does Sunfest every year. And I've been worried about that because it's sea level.
Catchinal, you're talking about Catchinal, not St. Catherine, Catchinal.
Oh, okay. Yes, Catherine Hall, pardon me. So now we're discussing with the UDC a place of some height away from the sea level.
From water.
But it would be in Mobe.
And how that is going? How that negotiation going?
Well, after 6 years, nothing's been signed. So it speaks for itself, I think, Muta.
I remember saying 30 years ago.
Does Jamaica want this?
But 30 years ago, we was standing up, as you say, in Canada, and you was discussing about who you're going to give it to in Jamaica. And
you mean Mr. Lee Chin's offer?
In Jamaica, yes. It was the government, Lee Chin, or whosoever, private investment, but he was contemplating it. And I said
but there was no receiving body in Jamaica for it. He couldn't find anybody to take it.
So what the government said about it? What the government said?
I don't know. I wasn't privy to his conversations with the government.
Oh, no, you never approached the ministry, like the Minister of Culture, to deal with it? You never do that?
Well, no, they approached me about 4 or 5 years after I turned down Mr. Chin's offer and offered me...
No, man, talk.
They offered me a lot less money than Mr. Chin had offered me that I turned down. Okay. So, of course, I couldn't consider that.
Okay. That is really something else. Because one would have expected that the government would be so interested because there's not like that in the world. I mean, I tell you that. Nothing. Where you have this, trust me, man. The amount of things where you give me, musically, give me. That me I say, why, he's a Rasta. The man spend all of his life a collect pure things for reggae. Some posters. I come in there and see some posters at some show where I do from years ago. When we just start out, I say, oh, you get them things there. Oh, you get them, brethren. Oh, it's man bring them come here. Oh, you get them.
Yeah. Well, I'm always looking and trading and, every spare cent and then some that I ever made over the years went into the collection. And my kids went to public schools and, we never lived a fancy life at all. But I thought the purpose of that collection overruled everything else because the whalers have come here many, many times.
Yes.
And, they've told me that they've seen the major whalers collectors all over the world several times.
Yeah.
And they tell me there's nothing in the world like it. So I guess I have to believe that.
No, but may I tell you that too.
Yeah, man, I believe you.
When you have them, I try to find out all them cassettes with Bob Marley, a rehearse, and Bob Marley attack certain things where you know where. Oh, you get them. Where you get them from? Because you never did it. to tape it? Oh, you get
Well,
them?
you know, there is a huge underground of especially Bob Marley collectors. He is the most important musical artist of the 20th century. He's the one that's going to live longer than Dylan and the Beatles and everybody else because his music stood for something.
Yes.
His music brought you to a higher consciousness. And he's a third world hero and also a first world hero. But what he did in those few short years he had is legendary. And he was a prophet, and he knew he wasn't going to be here long. I've talked about this because in my latest book, Bob Marley, it's called So Much Things. Thank you, Mary. I know. Mary's prompting me on the name of my book. It's called So Much Things to Say: The Oral History of Bob Marley, and Rolling Stone headlined its review because there are over 500 Marley books now. And they headlined their review, this might be the best Bob Marley book ever. So that's
hold on. You say them have about 500 books from Bob Marley out there?
Oh yeah, way more than that.
Wow. That's
there's a fellow in Kentucky named Joe Jurgensen who did a bibliography several years ago, and he's going to revise it this coming year because so many hundreds more books have surfaced in so many different languages. So, in my Marley oral history book, I tried to have Jamaicans tell Bob's story. So it's interviews I did with him and 75, virtually all Jamaican people who were with him when he was shot. The son of the head of the CIA, who's been accused of giving Bob a poison poop, which is nonsense. And people who knew him when he was 3 years old up in 9 Mile, and his family and his band, and people who grew up with him in Trenchtown when he first came there. So it's Jamaicans telling Bob Marley's story. It's not Timothy White putting bedroom talk in their mouth.
Timothy White was there. Timothy was the outlet for all of Bob Marley one time. Tell you why about Bob Marley, go to Timothy White.
Yeah, well, the least said, the better.
All right, I can ask you now. I could come to Jamaica, So Joe is the recipient of this massive wealth of history. Oh, you come to that? Oh, you come to that agreement? Because I know it's not how it happens about his years, since 6 years or so before this could have come.
6 years ago, our friend Colin Leslie put me together again with Joe. But, I've known Joe for 40 years. He lived in L.A. in the early 80s when I was on the reggae team. And he used to listen to it every Sunday, and he invited me and Mary up to his home for dinner. And as he established his time in Jamaica and started Down Sound Records, he would bring some of his artists over, and they would be on my television show. And so we kind of kept in loose touch over the years. But when he found out 6 years ago that the deal hadn't been concluded with anybody, he said, well, I'll buy it. So we started our negotiations then, and he actually flew me down to Sunfest in 2018. And we were going to make a public announcement that he was going to buy the archive, and he was going to sign the deal for the land that week. And they withdrew the permission for the sale of the land a couple of days after I arrived in Jamaica. So we weren't able to make a public statement at that point. And it's been a hassle dealing for 6 years with the EDC to keep changing the finish line. Every time Joe thinks he's got an agreement, and then he gets a copy of the agreement, the deal isn't what they agreed. And so he wasn't able to sign a deal with them. But I understand he's in the final stages now of negotiating with them for some land. And so we'll see.
Is it that, maybe should I ask, is it that the land is empty and you're going to build upon it, or there's buildings on it already where you're going to construct and reconstruct? How it work?
Oh, I think we're going to have to build a building especially for it, don't we? Yeah, no, it's going to be, Joe has promised a world-class institution. And here's good news, Muda. I think you know my friend Bob Santelli. Bob Santelli has been active in reggae since 1978. Like me, he's a New Jersey boy. He used to write about reggae in the 70s. And he's the guy who built the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and helped with the Experience Music Project up in Seattle. And he built the Grammy Museum. And he's building
Joe getting him for work,
Springsteen's museum right now. And he's building a $156 million Museum of Louisiana Music History. And he's come aboard as our senior consultant. He knows all the state-of-the-art things in museums all over the world. And that's what he wants to help Joe produce for Jamaica, a place unlike any other place on the face of the earth in Montego Bay to honor the great art and culture of Jamaica.
Yes. Well, Regine, may I tell you, it's something else. Give me where it's coming from until now. And I remember, as I say, the amount of reasoning I have about this thing, and it really reached a stage now. I don't know how long it will take for Bill, but we hope say it's not a long drawn out time where you now get to enjoy it in Jamaica. It would be nice for you to enjoy it in Jamaica.
Yeah, man. I hope so too. I pray to Jah that I am granted a long life so we can see it all to fruition. And you and I can stand there and open the door like you opened the gates in the Marley movie.
The gate man. The gate man.
Yeah, the gate man.
Yeah. Yes, I tell you, it's really something else, man. Really something else.
It's hard to believe that it's finally coming to fruition, isn't it, after all these decades, Muda, that we've been talking about it.
Yeah, man. Every time I meet you, I talk about it. Every time.
Every time, yeah.
Every time I meet you,
for decades. I got tired of hearing myself speak.
Yeah, we have some. We talk about some things where we wouldn't even want to talk on the radio at all. As it relates.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah, we never want to talk that on the radio. But we're glad said reach at Jamaica. That is really what we are saying. It's really appreciated that it's going to be in Jamaica, that Jamaicans can see it and people from foreign. Just like how them flat the museum, the Bob Marley Museum on Hope Road, they're going to flat that even more. They're going to flat
this is the whole field. This is Gregory and Dennis and Muda.
Everybody.
And Slim Smith and,
I'll move tight too. I'll move tight.
One of the reasons I wanted you on my radio show the minute I heard your first record was the fact that I read poetry for over a decade in schools and nightclubs and colleges, and the spoken word always was in the forefront for me. I did a one-man show called Poetry for People Who Hate Poetry. It was all living English language writers and the E. Cummings, who was too good to ignore. But, when I first heard what you were doing with dub poetry, I was so astounded by it. And, you on your first tour of America, you were on the reggae beat with us, and that was such a thrill for me, Muda. So, there's 40 years of history between us, and I can't thank you enough for being my friend and supporter for all these years.
Well, I could make you move and don't know, say you have everything back from me in your yard. I don't sit out cover Jamaica. I'll tell you what. So wait, let me ask you a question. All of them thousands of cassettes there, you're going to digitize it and put it in there that people can listen to it going just in there. How that work?
Well, I've got a very dear friend named John Dubois. They know him in the reggae world as Dubois' Garage, and he has been phenomenally helpful to me over the years. He's digitized I don't know, probably more than 1,000 of the cassettes, the most important cassettes in the collection, to make sure that that sound is not lost to history. And what we're thinking about is dividing the collection. It depends on several factors, but there's been over 80 books written by authors who have come here to research their books. And that's a valuable archive for researchers to have in the future. So I think the books, magazines, newspapers, 140 cubic feet of clippings, all of that stuff, including the audio and video tapes, should probably go to the university. To the headquarters of the Caribbean, across the street from the campus there at UWI. And that would be a place where an awful lot of secret documents will end up. Probably the 1,800 pages of transcriptions of the aborted Bunny Whaler autobiography. That belongs to history.
And I guess you have that too. You have that.
Yeah. He abandoned the project, Bunny, not me. And
I remember.
64 hours of interviews.
Yes, I remember, man. I remember. So that is a no. Not going on with that. There's no development.
That'll never happen. Maybe 50 years from now, some graduate student will put it together. But, we'll all be gone by then. I used a lot of that, the most important material in So Much Things to Say in my oral history of Bob Marley. The key pieces that history needed to know, they found their way into that book. But, I've got 1,800 pages of transcription. Leroy Pearson and I locked in a hotel room in Kingston for 3 weeks with Bunny Whaler. You can only imagine what that was like. Oh. There was one session we had 14 hours.
Oh, yeah?
14 hours. He didn't stop talking. I don't think he ate anything either. So it was obsessive.
Roger?
So much things to say.
Give thanks, Roger. Give thanks. And we really say, yes, it's something we should have there for a long time. Because, only for the artists them who in that museum was alive when you was negotiating for bringing it come to Jamaica from the beginning. And now them gone and pass away and never live for come to say, or hear say, it go and come to Jamaica. So it really give thanks, it reach a stage now where you can say, yes, it go and come to Jamaica. So, I could see how long it will take for actually open up. We give thanks, Roger. Tell your wife I for me. Yes. I
will, and give my love to Jackie. And again, thank you for your support over all these years. I can't wait to hail you up fleshically.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
One love.
That was Roger Stefan, the man, I must say, have the biggest collection of anything we want to about reggae, whether the artists, whether the music, whether the written interviews, anything where you want hold your hand on. It's like a research, it's like a research library, it's like a research. I mean, trust me, man, that's going to be a serious museum. We're going to take a signal break and come forward, yes. The time is 4 minutes past the hour of 4 o'clock. And as we just say, we was been talking to Roger Stephens, the man who spent most of his life. Well, as I hear me talk to him and I say, 40 years, me and him talk about certain things. And him did that do it before me know him. So you must know, say, most of his life him spend, I collect all of these things to the point where now, all those who couldn't get to go to California like them days, go and get to see it in a Jamaica. We should have talked to, I don't know if Shamara can get Joe up on the line before the program done. I could hear what he must say about the longness or the length of time where this might take. If you hear the man say UDC kind of in some little if I'm but no and about the land and all them something there. I don't know if Shamara listen me if you could have get Joe up on the line. But it's a big thing. It's a big, big thing. Yes, big thing. Yes. You know, I think it was about 10 years ago. A youth named Mario Dean was killed in a cell. And he was held with ganja and taken to the jail in on Main Street there by some police. Him lose him life in the police station. And it's all because the police them fetch him with a spliff. A virgin who did a work. Because he did have all them tools on him too. When them catch him, when them hold him. 10 years after, the Mario Dean case is still in limbo. How is that possible? How is that possible? Them knows who murdered, kill him. Them knows who caused the killing. And 10 years, it a linger. That now them a say November, something I will call up. That is where I talk about now why people do certain things. You know, you talk about badness. A whole heap of them things the way say I go on in a revenge killing, you know. A man a revenge against whosoever. I just vex because them see certain things supposed to go on and it not go on. Them just take the line and them own hand. Now when I claim or tell people I'm going to take the line and them own hand, you know. But this thing here with Mario Dean is a weird thing. It's strange. What is it that is causing a case like this to draw out for 10 years? What is it? The justice where the family of this brethren has searched for. 10 years? At Jamaica we live, you know, I don't like something happening in New York and in California, it end up. No, Jamaica, everybody know is who killed the youth, and everybody know who caused the youth to get killed. And it just a linger, so. It's a terrible thing. Me drive go down there by the funeral, when I have the funeral. And what I believe say, it's a slam dunk case, it just, you know, I mean, it happened, and you see what happened, and that will just go through. But it take 10 years, and still going. 10 years and still going. But that is the way of the system. That is the way of the system. That's why I say the system is a fraud. System is a fraud, Rasta. Because not supposed to go that way there. Not supposed to go that way there. That the man dead and buried and gone, and what people all forget about him. If the idea that it never try yet and done with, people didn't know if somebody never ball out. The ball out now make you know so well. Even me, I shoot ball out. Why? Me know so this brethren, the case never done. What them people are do, man? Why them not wake up? Wake up, man. That just system people are trying to get out of some crazy people who control the system. A justice people are search for. And no peace now over there until equal rights and justice are there. No peace until there's equal rights and justice. Because we see all man allegedly rob up place and rob up this and rob up that. And him still sit down in him yard for how much years now? Him life is the same way, same way. And you know, you know nothing more about them cases. And people are saying it go on still. But how long it cannot go on to? How long? It's a terrible, terrible thing them have we now. Terrible thing. So we still have to justice for Mario Dean, you know. We still have to justice for Mario Dean. Yes, because we never know say them things that still are go on. Never know at all. How is that possible? How is that possible that this thing is just going on and on and on and on? So, all right, we're going on. Music news time. Music news. Yes, Smith no come from Africa. Time again when we give you some names from Africa. We're going to start with the female names. Abije. Abije. Abije means we asked to have her. A-B-E-J-E. Abije. Abiki. 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 A-B-E-K-E. Abiki. Means to be loved. To be loved. Abiba. Abiba. A-B-I-B-A. Abiba. Means beloved one. Beloved one. And Abio. Abio. A-B-E-O. Abio means born with wealth. Born with wealth. So that's Abije. A-B-E-J-E. Abije. We ask to have her. Abike. Abike. A-B-E-K-E. Abike. To be loved. Abiba. Abiba. A-B-I-B-A. Abiba means beloved one. And Abio. A-B-E-O. Abio means born with wealth. Male names. Adla. Adla. A-D-L-A. Adla. Adla means justice. Justice. Afi. A-F-I. Afi. Afi means spiritual. Spiritual. Ago. Ago. A-G-U. Ago. Ago means lion. Lion. And Ajani. A-J-A-N-I. Ajani. Ajani means someone possessed through struggle. Someone possessed through struggle. So that's Adla. A-D-L-A. Adla means justice. Afi. A-F-I means spiritual. Ago means lion. A-G-U. Lion. And Ajani. A-J-A-N-I means someone possessed through struggle. That is African names. Yes, today I'm with you. We'll talk about Mario Dean a while ago. And it's really a travesty. Really a travesty when these things happen and the justice system takes so long to bring about justice for the person, for the victim. And we just can't do nothing about it. We are at the mercy of these people. That is why certain things don't work. Yes. That's why certain things don't work. Okay. We give thanks. We want to give thanks to Shamara Preston. Yes. She there a long time, I tell you. Long time. I never see so much ones when I don't know down highway there. Sunday. I see some new faces in the place. One yelling up, you know, a wonderful, organized Marcus Garvey tribute the other day. Yeah, man, well organized. I love it. I love it.
So my people, this one was indeed a warm one. And when you don't know, when you can leave an honest comment down in the comment section. And also, when you own opinion. And when you don't know, say, me day up on the Black Unity program. So feel free to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Up until then, Peace out. Adios.